Hey folks, it's Dr. Christine Sauer here and welcome to today's web class. Let me share the screen. I'm very excited to help you as business owners and entrepreneur with your creating clients and a thriving business. And I've decided to do so more by accident because being a successful wellness entrepreneur, I had to learn a lot of marketing and tech issues and things. And over time and failing, I realized that it is so valuable to get step-by-step processes that actually work and learn from somebody that is a little further ahead. So I've started to share what I learned kind of by accident because my clients asked me, hey, your business, that is amazing what you're doing. How do you do that? So that's what I'm doing. I want to share the strategy I use. And if there's interest enough, I will share more of that and later. So let's get right started and talk about how the 10 steps to create a thriving coaching business. And I want to talk about proven strategies for coaches and entrepreneurs who want to get a stream of paying clients and make it in the online world, even if they have not much money or not much time. That were my biggest struggles, no money and no time. So which of these areas do you want to focus on in your marketing or in your life? Maybe you don't want to keep spending every waking hour on work. Maybe you're saying, I'm behind of my goals, or you don't even have any goals that you're aware of. And maybe you're saying, I want my business to make me wealthy and run itself. Or maybe you're saying, my business is going great. And now I want to get a life. And that was my struggle for a long time. Or maybe you're saying, I really don't have a vision or mission statement for my business. Or I have some sales fears I'd love some help getting past. I had them, I believe you. I thought sales was lazy. The opposite is true. It's fun and enjoyable. Or you are saying, I need to improve my sales and marketing skills, and we all need to do that. Or maybe you're saying, I don't know how and where to go to network. There's so many options. Which one is most effective? And what do I say? I don't want to come over as salesy or an idiot that just does self-promotion. I hear you. I've done it. It's not fun sometimes when you try to do that. Or you're one of those that says, I hate tech. It's making me crazy. Many of my clients said that. And I love tech. I love solving tech riddles. So I've started to actually help my clients, even when they come for brain health or mental health issues or weight loss or parenting. I help them with their business, with their tech, and help them set up an SMS sequence or email marketing, or help them straighten out the website in a way that they can make their own changes. It's really not that hard when you know what to do, how to run webinars, stuff like that. It's not that hard. And I love to help anybody with that. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm sharing what I learned. Now, what I'm doing is giving practical help for purpose-driven coaches and entrepreneurs who want to live their passion, to help others transform their lives just like me, who want to generate an income or an extra income, if it's part-time, for themselves and their family, who want to make a positive difference for themselves, those they love and the world at large. Because for me, it was never just about the money. I wanted to make a difference for people. I wanted to see their eyes light up or sparkle, as I say. That's what makes me happy. That's what gives me the satisfaction or meaning for my life. Maybe you want to realize your dream of creating a legacy for those who come after us and leave a book behind, become a best-selling author. I can help you get the resources for that too. Or you want to leave some videos, a TEDx talk or something like it. I'm a TEDx speaker. I know what it takes and I know who to go to get it done, and in a realistic time frame and with not over-the-top expenses. Or maybe you want to just align yourself with the universal energy to make this happen. And that's wonderful when you want to do that. But I found that sometimes people think to align with energy just means you sit there and think about it. No, it's important to align yourself with the energy to make this happen. But it's also important to take the strategic action steps to make it happen. The saying, God helps those who help themselves. There's a lot of truth to it. You need both. You need your actions and you need the alignment with the universal energy. And everybody that's successful has done both. Now, on the other hand, maybe you want to get paid for having fun, excitement, and having meaningful work from home on your terms. And that's the main reason I love to be an entrepreneur. I love to solve tech riddles. I love to solve health riddles for my clients. And I love doing podcasts and talking to people online. And I love it when after a few months of coaching, suddenly the clients realize their world has shifted, their world has changed for the better. Their eyes light up and sparkle. Wow. So if yours don't sparkle yet, let me know. I want to help you with that. Now, who am I that I'm saying such things? Well, I'm Dr. Christine Sauer. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a naturopath. I wasn't trained as a marketer, although I have a business associate degree. But health challenges put me flat off my tummy 25 years ago when I immigrated to Canada. I had chronic back pain. I was grossly overweight. I was depressed. And I couldn't work as a physician. So I had to give it up. And that didn't make me happy either because I thrived on helping people. So after a while of struggling, I decided to make a change. And I thought, what can I do? So I started over again as a health and wellness coach. No license needed for that. And I made all the mistakes that beginning health and wellness entrepreneurs do, especially when they have a tendency to have ADHD, which, by the way, 80% have. And I put the link to my mentor, Dr. Daniel Amen's ADHD brain health test in the chat box under the video. So you actually can see if you have those tendencies, and there's a natural way to help. So I made all the mistakes. I believed the business coaches that are out there that tell you, oh, you have to do this and this and this, invest 20,000, 10,000, however much it is in me, and your business will flourish in no time. 3-6 months, you have lots of money. And you know what? It's a lie. I went bankrupt in my first attempt at business. It was a real dark point in my life, and I nearly lost my relationship over it. So then I reinvented myself and I started finally focusing on implementing the right strategies. I not only healed my own ADHD, yes, I still have some tendencies because being on medications, antidepressants, antipsychotics for quite a while, it damaged my brain, and I'm still in the process of finally rehabilitating it. But now I'm strictly focused on implementing the right strategies. So I know that they work and I know how to measure the success. And you know what? I have a happy and healthy life. I love my life. I love my husband. And I love doing what I'm doing. I love helping others. And so I'm now reaching out to help you. Let's talk about the 3 phases of business to get us started with the business part that you're waiting for. 3 phases of a business. Number 1 is the starting phase. And I'll explain in detail what that is. And the starting phase is when you think about starting a business to when you actually do some action towards it. Then comes the testing phase that most often get overlooked. In my first business, I just omitted it because it's not so much fun. You actually go out and test your ideas. You test the message you created in phase 1. and you see if anybody wants what you have to offer and anybody recognize those messages, if they make sense. Most of the people don't do that. And that is very damaging for your business success. And I tell you exactly how to go about doing it. And then number 3 is the growth phase. We also call it scaling. Many people try to scale too early before they have a business model and a message that actually works and converts. I did it. That's why I went bankrupt. Because business coaches don't really tell you that in detail, and sometimes people don't really listen to the details. And I'm guilty of that too. You really need an individual coach that holds you by the hand and tells you it's today, it's step this, today it's time to do this. You are not ready to invest in that. Don't buy it. It's too early. Don't buy this system because it's too expensive. You can have the same results with no investment. Now, let me tell you the details of each phase, and you can start out with no money at all and very little time. Here it is, starting phase. First, you have to do an honest assessment of your skills. There's 10 steps, by the way, to starting your business, to running and growing your business, and I'll go through all the 10. So here's step 1, assess your skills. Are you more of an expert or are you more of a coach? Most people are not quite clear about the difference. Here it is. An expert is more a teacher. He teaches a topic. He presents or she presents a topic, and he explains a topic. Now, the matter is the topic, a topic that they are the expert on. And an expert might want to start the business in writing a book, doing videos about the topic, teaching about the topic, creating a course and selling that. And there's ways to build a business around that and add the coaching later. I know experts that do their expert business without ever being client-facing. And that's fine. If that's what you're passionate about, do it. Now, what's a coach? A coach is someone that listens and asks questions and then elicits the answers, and we rephrase and reframe and help the people gain insights, make their own discoveries, and then move on from them. Now, a really good coach, and I recommend Marshall Goldsmith's book, Take It to the Next Level. What got you here won't get you there. And there's other good books that I will recommend, and you can download the PDF later, or you get it in the email. A really good coach does not have to be a subject matter expert. A really good coach does not have to know anything about what the coachee is really working at. Now, it helps if you have some knowledge, but you do not have to be an expert to be a good coach. But you have to be a good listener to be a good coach. And I had to learn the hard way that I didn't know the difference. And when I tried coaching somebody, I often ended up teaching people, because I'm an expert on many subjects, now an expert on tech and marketing and wellness business, but I'm not that good of a coach. So what I actually do is I hire other people that are better listeners, and I learn from them. I've become a really good coach too. So I can do both, but it's not necessary to have a successful business. But whether you're an expert or coach, you need to know when you start your business, because that's a different branch, a different way to start. Now, even as when you are a coach and not really an expert matter, you have to choose a niche. Let's talk about that. Step 2. Step 2 is what result you can create for your clients. It's really not about what you know, but what result you want to create. Because in the online world, it doesn't really matter too much who you are, how good you are. If nobody knows about you, if nobody knows how good you are, and how nobody knows what you can do for them, they will not hire you and not give you your money. So the niche is basically a result that you can create for your clients. Now, what is a result? A result is something that's measurable, that's clearly definable. It's a solution for something that people struggle with. It's obvious that it needs time and effort to achieve this result, and it is something that people want and that they are already paying for. Now, many people that start off as a coach, they say, oh, I'm an energy coach. I help the people get energy. Now let's look at that. Is it measurable? Really, it isn't. And energy fluctuates with your state of mind. That means if I have slept the night before good, I have a lot of energy. If I got drunk and ate too much, I have no energy. So it's not something that steadily changes. It's something that I can just flip a switch and I have a lot of energy sometimes. I can drink a coffee, I have energy. So it's not really that measurable. Is it clearly definable? What really does it mean, energy? Does it mean you have a connection to the universe? There's energy. Does it mean that sizzling feeling? Yeah, we have an intuition of what it is, but it's hard to measure. When somebody starts, how do you measure how much energy somebody has? And when it fluctuates so much from moment to moment, it's really hard. It's a solution for something people struggle with. Now, is energy a solution for anything that I'm struggling with or that people struggle with? In a way, but what do people think? Well, I have a coffee, I have energy, right? Is it obvious that it needs time and effort to achieve, say, energy? Not really. I just can drink a cup of coffee, green tea, coffee, easy to do. I have energy. Energy drinks. Is it something that people want and are already paying for? Now, honestly, when you look at everything out there, yes, in a way, but it's not really something that works well in a coaching business. Now, what are good niches? Let's think about it. Of course, health and wellness is a great niche. One of the examples that is well known is weight loss. Look at the weight loss niche. It's measurable. You can put somebody in a scale, they're 150 pounds. After 6 months to a year, they lost, say, 50 to 100 pounds. You can have before and after pictures that look good on your website. Wow, clearly definable, right? Pounds, kilogram, you can measure it. It's a solution for something people struggle with. Many people are overweight. It's a big epidemic, so it's a big market. It's obvious that it needs time and effort to achieve because most people fail. The statistics say that. And it's what people want and are already paying for. Look at all the services out there, Weight Watchers, groups, pills, doctors prescribe medications, injections, people have diets, people buy books. There's lots out there for weight loss. Now, there's a fallacy that many coaches fall into. They think, I need something unique. And really, once you go into a certain niche, you don't. You want something that other people also offer and that people already know and pay for. Because if you start with something obscure, people don't know that they want it yet, even if it's something really helpful. For example, when I started to offer sparkle coaching, nobody knew what that meant. So mental illness, depression, people know about that. Weight loss, people know they are overweight. People know they are struggling with relationships, that they have no money, that they struggle with their kids, and it causes them to stay up at night. So you need something people want and are already paying for. And the more competition is out there, the better it is. It's not a reason to despair and say, oh my God, so many people are doing it, I'll never succeed at it. That is sadly not true. And that's a fallacy many coaches fall in. I did myself. I thought I had to do something special, something unique. You know what makes you unique? What makes you unique is you. and your flair that you bring to your coaching business. All right, that said, on average, the results you create for your clients should take about 6 to 12 months, because that gives you the option to actually enroll them in a coaching program instead of just selling a single session. And that will give you also the option to work with one person for a longer time. I know many people, many coaching programs that teach coaching, they actually recommend that. And I have studied with the IIN and other coaching programs, they all do. But they do not give you the tools to actually put it in action and show you how to create those clients. It seems so hard, because when you talk to people, they always have objections. Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. No, I don't want that. I found a solution for that, and I will teach you. Maybe not all today, but eventually. Step 3, there's your target market. Who are the people that need the result you're offering? Now, who are the people from the last step? Step 2, really, sorry. Who are the people, say, that want to lose weight? And the more narrow you can go there, the better it is. But sometimes it's good to be broader. So that's different. What's their ages? Well, most people that want to lose weight are, say, young adults nowadays to middle-aged to older. Somebody that's 80 probably doesn't have weight loss as a big interest anymore. Now, what gender? Most people that want to lose weight are women, but there's plenty of men too. What are the interests of people? What do they do for work? And that helps you. Where can you find them? And this definition makes your avatar. And it's very important to work with a good coach to develop that properly, because when you do, you know where to find them. And places where you can find people are, of course, online services like LinkedIn, Facebook groups, other social media, local events, networking events online, and other online events where people hang out. Now, that alone is not enough. And I see many people trying to call out their avatar or their people on social media, and it doesn't work. There has to be a special strategy, and the messaging has been right to reach the people in a way that they're actually interested responding to you. And if your profile doesn't look inviting, that you use to invite them, or your message comes over as salesy too early or at all, you have lost the prospect. So a prospect is somebody in a target market that wants the result you can deliver. There we go. That's your prospect. Now, step 4, not before you have done any of those work enough, is it time to create your first program outline. And many of us, me included, start, I create a program. Here's what I can teach. And then you look for the prospects that want it. That's not a good idea. Do it the other way around, as I tell you. And if you have a good coach, a real good coach will help you to create your avatar so that it aligns with what you have to teach, if you have to teach something. If not, you can make a living just as a coach by reaching out to people the right way. Now, if you have something to teach, you want to create a program outline, a rough outline of your programs and the way you will get the clients the results for them to see. That's a minimum viable version. For example, even if you don't have a specific niche or don't have something to teach, you need to think about your coaching program, and you need to think about how many sessions really does your client, your prospect, need to achieve the result that you promise. How often do you need to talk with him? How long? What will you do in each of those sessions? What's the structure of each session? Many people have no idea what to do with somebody that's on the Zoom or in person with them for 45 minutes or a half hour, or for how long you decide you want to do it. What will you teach, if anything? What will the clients learn to do better? on the way to the results you promise? Those are all important questions that need to be answered. Now, then it's still in the starting phase. What systems and tech do you really need? You can start with just pen and paper, or you can start with a free Google account for emails and Google Docs and Sheets. It's all free, the basics. You might want a good book to teach you entrepreneurship or how to make money as a coach. And I have some recommendations that I'm happy to share with you. But of course, a better option is a really good business coach or somebody like myself with experience in the health and wellness niches themselves that has grown a business in the health and wellness niche, that know how hard it is to grow it as in the health and wellness niche, and has worked with business coaches and flatlined with them basically, and has learned what works and what doesn't work in that area. Now, a domain with your name is optional at this stage. Don't worry too much about domains. Domains are important. It's optional at this stage. Because if it's taken, it's always good to have a domain with your name on it. For me, it's drchristinensauer.com. That's one of my domains. Because otherwise somebody else might take it, and there's often people with the same name. Now, if you have a very common name like Bob Miller, it might be hard to get a domain with your name, but hey, then you have to decide later on something else. But if you have a rare name, get a domain in your name. And I know a very famous business coach, his name is Ravi Abuvala. He has a domain in his name too. He has other domains too, because he's a millionaire by now. All right. Now we get into the testing phase, which is not before step 5. We are still not growing. We are still not having a paying client. Now it's time to create a rough outline of your message. What's your message? Message is, what are your prospects? The people that we identified before, people in your niche, the people that are your avatar. What are they currently struggling with? That's one point. And the other point is, what is their ultimate goal? And when you connect those two things in a very short but pointed headline and maybe a few bullet points, that's your message. And then add 1 or 2 sentences about your method, how you can get them those results. And then add a call to action, which at the beginning makes always the most sense if you invite them to a free session. Now there's a strategy how to do that, and a strategy to actually name the session to something that makes sense to the prospect. Many people just say discovery call. Now, what does that mean? I never like to go to discovery calls. What am I supposed to discover? Or is somebody discovering me? Nah, doesn't make sense. Okay. Now, testing phase step 6. Now it's time to go out and ask at least 10 prospects, people from your target market. Of course, best is in person. Do some market research. Go around and say, hey, here's what I have. Would you be interested in a weight loss program that helps you with intermittent fasting to lose weight in 6 months? And on top of it, you may get healthier and happier, overcome cravings and emotional eating. And it's not about the money at that point at all. You just want to know, does your message work? Are people actually interested? If you can't get anybody in person, ask them online, on the phone. If you get them on a Zoom call, it's best. There's ways to do that. And ask a few questions like, do you have the problem that you are solving? Is being overweight a problem for you? Do you struggle with your weight issues? Do you struggle with emotional eating or whatever problem you're solving? Have you tried to find a solution for this problem yet? And if they say yes, then ask more. What did you find out? How much did it cost? And how much did you invest to help you solve the problem? How did it work for you? For example, in the dieting area, have you tried to find a solution for wanting to lose 20 pounds yet? And most of the time people will say, yes, I did. What did you try? Well, I tried this diet, that diet, keto, paleo, fasting, blah, blah, blah. How much did it cost? What did you do? Oh, I bought a book about that. I went on Facebook and looked around. Did you ever invest in anything specific, like a weight loss coach? Oh, I went to the Weight Watchers. It cost $50 a month or whatever it costs. How did it work for you? And very often you get an answer, well, in the beginning it worked good, but after a while it stopped working. So then after you talk with them and ask questions and maybe a few more follow-up questions, you can ask, do you or someone you know need a solution for this problem? Do you or someone you know need a good weight loss program that actually gives you the support and the resources you need to be successful? And or you ask them, would you be interested in, and give them a short description of your solution. And if they say yes, they are interested, then go to step 7, the next step, and we'll go there and offer them a free call. And if not, just say thank you and move on. But don't hesitate to offer them a free call in a very gentle way. You can say, I really would love to explore that deeper with you. Would you want to hop on a call with me where we really talk about what is going on in your life and develop a strategy together how you can solve the problem? Most people will say yes to a friendly invitation like that. Some won't, that's okay. And now step 7 is when you do those invitations, you can offer a free named session. Now, why do I say named session? Because as I said before, discovery call is just not good enough. Or breakthrough call. Yeah, breakthrough through what? But when you say, would you like a free rapid business growth call? They know it's about growing your business rapidly. That's more interesting. Or would you like a feel good fat loss call? They know it's about weight loss that feels good. Or a breakthrough your weight loss plateaus call. They know, it's about helping me to break through their weight loss plateaus. It sounds much more enticing. But at the start, offer a free call just to do research, say to help you out. And that's the purpose behind it. It's not to sell anything. And for those calls, you need about 30 minutes just to learn more about them and what's going on with them and follow a good template. Because this is just research. There's no selling involved at any point, and even later. There's never selling. It's invitation. It's not selling. You never are a sleazy salesperson if you're a coach or an entrepreneur. That is so old-fashioned. The new way of selling is inviting them. And if the prospect does not want to be invited, it's fine. It's totally permission-based. And it's very effortless, and it feels good to you, and it actually gives value to the prospect. And I can teach you exactly how to conduct a session like that. Just hop on a free call with me and I'll demonstrate. And have a great description on what you both will do during the session. Just look at my rapid business growth session that I'm offering in this webinar. Just hop on, try it out. Try me out and see how it feels. So if you do that in the beginning of your business and not one person agrees to your session, although they are prospects and they want the result, then it's time to go back to steps 2 to 3 and develop another avatar or a different message before you actually make any investments. Because that's what made me go bankrupt, that I went ahead without having that validation in the beginning. So if one or more people take up the session, keep going with them and see if they reach step 10. Of course, step 10 we'll get to. Now, what do you really need in that testing phase? You need still your piece of pen or paper or free Google account. But at that step, I would recommend getting a free online scheduler. See, it's still free. Calendly, Acuity are examples. I use Calendly. I just like it. It's very easy to integrate. You probably already have a smartphone and a computer or laptop or both. And still, you need a good business coach if you really want to be successful. And it's still optional at that stage to buy a domain. So up to here, you really do not need to invest anything besides maybe in a good business coach. And there's coaches like myself that work on a combined investment and taking part of your profit work. So try me. It's again an invitation. It's up to you. Now, start of business phase. Now we start with actually making it a business. The growth. Step 8. You see that? Of the 10 steps, at step 8, it becomes a business. So what now happens during and after the free session? That's when it becomes a business. You build a friendly relationship following a scripted pattern, where you ask more about their interests, what they do and what they need. You do good coaching. You listen deeply and give cautious feedback. You are coaching them. It's fun. It's effortless. It's so satisfying. They get out of it a breakthrough often. And you have a good relationship and make new friends. And you may, of course, sparsely offer simple solution and answer 1 or 2 questions for free during that call. Give away your stuff. They still need so much more from you. Because you are really the one that you're offering. The relationship with you is what you're offering. The coaching is what you're offering, besides just the solution. And ideally, about 70% of the talking is done by the prospect. Now, that's hard to do. I know. I struggled with that for a long time because you want so bad explain what all you do and how great you are. At least that's what I wanted to do. And that what totally ruined my business. So when you just do research, you do not need to make an offer at all, unless they ask. Never refuse to make an offer. Somebody asks you, hey, what's involved working with you? How much does it cost to work with you? You need to give them an answer, and that's an offer. And when you have your named session ready, only after you have them wanting what you can give them, that you talk about any pricing. And it's a friendly invitation. For example, try a session with me and see what I do. I invite you, because what you do is after you talk about them, like a doctor, you diagnose what's going on in their business, in their life, and what, in your opinion, they need. You give them very cautious feedback because you want to know what they think they need. And if you think it's a good fit, only then, if you really feel that, and you have a good report so far, and it can take half an hour, 45 minutes to that stage, then you can say, I really love what you said. Thank you for sharing. And if you want to go deeper with what we just did, can I give you some feedback and some resources around that to help you out further? And they say yes, and maybe would you like to know how much it would cost to work with me? And if they say yes, then you have permission to talk price. And there's a process to that. And either you can make a new appointment to just talk about price, or talk about what it would mean to get coached by you and how it would work. Or you do it right then and there. And sometimes you can extend the session if you didn't book it right back to back. And then you have a new client. You go right taking their credit card. And you know what? It works. When you do it the right way, I've actually, in a test session, I enrolled a lady by accident. I sat there, I wanted to try the new process I learned. I took her through it. I didn't think anything. And suddenly she pulled out a credit card and started the number when I asked for it. It was supposed to be a practice session. Okay? If you want to pay me, I thought, I'll take it. Do never refuse a payment from somebody that voluntarily offers you to give it to you. Just receive the money as gracefully and with as much love as you would give it. You do not want money that is coerced. You want money that's freely given. That's important. And after somebody gives me the credit card number, I actually take them to a process to make sure it wasn't coerced, that I didn't do something to make them feel they needed to do so. Because I don't want them to be unhappy with my coaching. I don't want them to afterwards say, oh, I wish I hadn't given them the money. I want them to be happy with the money. It's called happy money policy. Yes. And that way you have practically no refunds. Now, step 9. What do you do after the free session ends? Well, there's 2 scenarios. Scenario A is a research session. When you just start, you can follow up with a personalized video, which is very powerful. A Loom is free to start. And you can gift them maybe a full session, one of your named free sessions, to help them around their goals. More often than not, they will accept. And if you have them on a named session, which is an enrollment call, the ideal result of that session is that they want what you have to offer. That's it. They want what you have to offer. If they didn't buy right away, it's just a matter of agreeing on pricing and or content of your offer. And that can take time. I had clients that they're in a named session. They didn't take the offer right away. They wanted it, but at the moment they didn't have the money, the resources, the time. The husband said no, or whatever happened. But maybe later, after 6 or 12 months, their situation changed. And they were able to then come back and say to me, listen, remember we talked there 6 months ago and you offered me that. I couldn't take it then, but I want it now. And that happens. It happens more often than you think if you do it right with the named session. Now, last step, step 10. Wow, you have paying clients. It's time to celebrate. You have a business. And now it's time to scale. Now it's time to decide on your future tech stack. You can decide on your website. For example, I use WordPress with Thrive themes, which I love because it's very versatile. It includes opt-in and lead generation forms and the course delivery system, or LMS, learning management system. It's all included. And the pricing is reasonable. Much, much better than most other themes. And the good thing is you do not need a web designer. I have a graphic designer apprentice that worked for me for free that helps me with styling sometimes because I'm a graphic design idiot. But if you're not, and you can try it, you do it yourself. It's easy to learn. It's easy to implement. I love Thrive themes. It's everything packaged and you get it for one yearly price. That's no more than a premium theme in WordPress otherwise. There's a lot little details to the hosting, good hosting, bad hosting. For example, many people host with Bluehost or GoDaddy, really bad. I recommend WPX, the best and fastest support I've ever got, even if I had a question how to integrate it with G Suite or Microsoft. Wow, they know everything. I don't know how they do it, but within 30 seconds, you actually have a human on the chat box. I've never seen anything like it. I recommend them, WPX. It's not free hosting, but it's the best hosting and it's fast. It makes your website much faster. Then if you have more than one client or you really want to deliver good coaching, a coaching system can be helpful. It's optional. You can just coach with a free Zoom account to start with and maybe upgrade to a paid Zoom account if you want to. I personally have one through Happy Neighborhood Network. They give you a Zoom account for about $30 a month that has unlimited storage, 500 people, webinars, and whatever. Cost usually $250 to $300 a month. So if you want to upgrade, that is an option. I know many, many little details and things, and I love to connect my clients to what's best for them because it's all about what's best for you. Now, in the future, if you want to grow further and scale, you need a really good business coach. And that is actually honestly beyond what I deliver. I recommend you follow Ravi Abuvala on YouTube. In my opinion, he's one of the best scaling guys. I bought his scaling with systems course. That is amazing. I bought it way too early, shortly before I went bankrupt. I'll actually soon go back to it, take it over and do what he says, because he has very, very good processes and in place, gives you SOPs, standard operating procedures, if you work with VAs, which I'm doing currently. So there's a lot to growing your business further. The beginning is not difficult. All you need is pen and paper, maybe a computer, Zoom account, and a scheduler. That's it. Now, eventually, you might have a tech stack, a coaching platform, a paid Zoom account, a good computer and hardware, and a smartphone, a website, scheduling software that's paid, a legal framework, which is important if you have more than a few clients. You need insurance because you don't want to lose your house or your car over it. And online insurers are different than insurers that are local. And I had an insurance that I didn't even realize it, that was only valid for clients that were living in Canada. And I had clients in the US and England. I wasn't insured and I didn't know it. So ask. And I found now an insurance that insures me worldwide, wherever the clients are. Then you might later need video, audio, and image processing software. And believe me, the easiest video, audio, and image processing, you can do it yourself. You don't need to hire it out to somebody expensive. If you want something magical, you might need a good video guy. You need later a social media scheduler. I got mine on AppSumo for one place price. It's just as good as Hootsuite or Buffer, just free for life, one payment once, and it's just as good. So something like that. Zapier, if you have a very complicated system to integrate our system, and that's where it gets complicated. So you might want to hire somebody to do that, and I can help you to either do it, or I help my business coaching clients actually to integrate whatever they need integrating, because I've done it for my business so often, I know how to work it. And then you need software for email automation. I do not recommend you start with Keep, which was Infusionsoft. They're too expensive. I personally use ActiveCampaign, have good results with it, but there's other software. There's a free software, MailChimp. I don't like it. It is very primitive. Then there's MailerLite. That's good. Aweber is good. ActiveCampaign has an advanced tagging system and a CRM system. That's why I use it. But there's others. Now, at some point, you might want a team. And I recommend doing it on a contract basis, so you don't have to deal with being an employer, which I made the mistake in the beginning. I thought, oh, I want to employ people. No, don't do it. Work on a contract basis and start with a virtual assistant, but you need to know how to train him or her properly. You might want a web person that speeds up your website. In the beginning, you don't need a web person. You can do it yourself if you have Thrive Themes. You don't need your website designed for $5,000. As long as you don't have traffic, it's like putting a billboard in the desert. Nobody will see the beauty. You can invest later in a professional web guy if you want to. You might invest later in a graphic designer, video editor, and a social media person, a sales team, a bookkeeper, accountant, integrator, somebody that integrates the system, an email marketing specialist, and even use other coaches on your team. All great. Now, and do joint ventures. You don't have to have any of this. I personally, the first thing I outsourced was a bookkeeper and an accountant, because there's so many loopholes, and I hated it with a passion to do it. But if you can do it and you don't mind crunching your own numbers, go for it. Now, what are the next steps? I talked about it before. I'd love to offer you a free assessment of your business to see where you are and what you may need. And you will get this assessment and the results during the special free rapid business growth session. And you realize that is the named session I was talking about earlier. And in this 45 to 60-minute session, we will work together to create a crystal clear vision for your ultimate success. So you know exactly what you want, where you're headed, and what you need to do to make it happen. We will also uncover hidden challenges that may be sabotaging your ability to create your thriving coaching business or other wellness business, or challenges that are slowing down your progress. We will create a really inspiring 5-step strategic action plan that you can use to transform your current situation that you are not happy with into living your best and abundant life full of purpose, passion, energy, meaning, and purpose. And of course, paying clients. And you will leave this session renewed, re-energized, and inspired to have a major breakthrough in your journey to grow your coaching business, and you will be ready to start creating paying clients consistently. Now, this is easily said. And did you notice I didn't talk about selling you anything? I don't care if I sell you anything. Just hop on this session to make the experience, how it feels, the magic of great coaching, and the magic of an enrollment session. And if you want to, of course, I'll let you buy what I have to offer. But that is totally up to you. I will never push anything over you or force you or coerce you. That's not the good style. That's not what I do. All right. So if you want to, try me out, experience the magic of great coaching, as I like to say, and join my rapid business growth session. The link is in next to the video, underneath the video, and I can't wait to meet you in person, well, via Zoom. Take care. Bye-bye.